Okay, so what I've got here is an 18650 USB power bank. So the idea is you put three 18650 cells in it, like this one here, all the way around like that, and this thing manages charging. So you plug in micro USB in there, charge up the cells. That's when you click the button, that tells you how much power you got left, and you can plug a USB in there to charge your phone or charge whatever it is you need to charge. So the idea is you take it round with you, and when your phone dies you can charge it up with these. Brilliant. So I've just slid the cover off there. It's quite hard to do, you've really got to pull this thing, so I couldn't do it with one hand. So you can see here, this is where the batteries go. Just put it in each one of these like that, fill it up with the batteries, slot it back together, and you're done. This should manage everything, the charging, discharging. It's even got a little torch. You double click the button, there's a little LED that comes on there. Bit gimmicky, but you know, I never know, it might be useful. So what I'm going to do is do a test charge with this, because I had, when I got this new, 3 batteries in and charged it, and found out something interesting. Okay, so what I've got here is the power bank. I've put an 18650 lithium-ion cell into it, as it would be if you were using it. I've just put the one in for this test. It doesn't really matter, because each of the 3 cells are just in parallel anyway. The positive and negatives are all common together. So what I'm going to do is run a quick test on charging. Now this cell has already been charged a few days ago, so it won't charge for very long, but it'll give us a chance to see how this charging board inside the power bank tries to charge it. Now I've got it connected to my iCharger 3010B. We're currently in the monitor mode, so once I launch this, it'll tell me the battery voltage basically. This little wire here, this is a remote temperature sensor just on top of the battery, so I can keep track of any temperature changes. I've also got my laptop here as well, connected up to the iCharger just with this USB cable that came with it. So when I launch this monitor mode, it will start to log information onto the computer, onto the graph here, so we can see what's going on. So if I start this now, then just hold down the start button, battery check, and then it's showing 1.14 to 1.15 volts. So taking a measurement from here, negative here, positive here. So currently this power bank's not doing anything. I've got nothing coming out of it on the USB. I've got nothing going in for the charging. So sat here, 1.14 volts. There's a few points on the graph. Might change the background colour so you can see it a little bit better. So now we just need to get the charger and connect it up, and we can see what happens. Okay, so I've got the USB micro plugged into it. I'm just going to plug the other end in and see what happens. So you can see, well, you can hear the iCharger's immediately started beeping. The charging lights are coming on just there. And if we have a look across at the iCharger, the voltage is 4.22 volts. We'll just look at the graph. So this is down here, this is the voltage it was resting at before. Put it on charge here, shot straight up to 4.225 volts. So I'll just skip ahead in time a little bit. Okay, so you can see here, voltage is continuing to increase. 4.24 volts. Not really showing. It's flattening out a little bit. But I'm going to stop the charge now by unplugging it. Okay, so it's unplugged. Voltage has dropped right back down. It'll continue to settle down. I would imagine not too dissimilar to this bit at the start, maybe a tiny bit higher. So there you go. So what does this actually mean then? Now, so for those that don't know too much about lithium-ion cells, when it's fully charged, it'll be at 4.2 volts. That is the fully charged voltage. So how a good quality lithium-ion charger works is called constant current, constant voltage. So turn that back on. What it'll do is it'll put out max current, whatever it's capable of, usually an amp or something. Put out an amp, the voltage of the battery will slowly rise up as it gains some power. When that voltage hits 4.2 volts exactly, the current will automatically start to drop down on the charger. So now we're in the constant voltage phase. It'll hold 4.2 volts. So the voltage would just continue a straight line all the way across. If I turn the current on here as well, if I was measuring current, you'd see the current, it would be max, hit the point where the voltage hit 4.2 and the current would start to come down, and the charger would automatically put the current slowly down, holding the voltage at 4.2 until it got right down to a tenth of whatever you started at, so 0.1 of an amp if you started charging at 1 amp. That's what it should be doing. Now what this is doing is charging, first of all, where's 4.2? 4.2 is there. Immediately up to 4.23, 4.235. That is not a safe voltage to be having these batteries at. It's not too bad. You know, it's only 4.24, 4.245 it got to at the max. But I have ran this charger for a little bit longer and it just continues going up. So when this charger was new, when I first got it, I put 3 cells in, put it on a non-flammable surface like this chopping board, just to test it, and then I checked it claimed that it was full, so all 3 of these little blue lights were constantly lit. I checked the voltage of the cells. I think the voltage was 4.38 on each cell. So basically, they weren't very empty when I started. What this means is if potentially you're repeatedly charging 18650 lithium-ion cells, overcharging them at high voltage. I'm sure everyone's seen the lithium-ion battery explosion videos on YouTube. There's plenty of them. You can always search for one if you haven't. You've got 3 of them that are probably all going to go bang at the same time. This thing is designed to take outdoors, out and about. It's going to be charged up, stuck in your bag, put in your pocket. Potentially you've got an incendiary device on your leg, which isn't a very good situation to be in. So I have seen other reviews for these. That's why I bought one. I think it's Julien-Alette. I don't know if that's how you say it. Big fan of his channel. This is where I saw it on. If you search for his video, it's 2/3 cell power banks or something like that, USB power banks. But I don't know whether he did actually check the charging on these. It could be that this one's a dud, I don't know. But what I would say is if you are going to buy these, just do be very, very careful. Definitely need to be able to check to see if yours is working correctly. It could be that maybe all of these are just duds, I don't know. But yeah, just a bit of a warning for people out there. They seem like a good deal, but be careful. Okay, so here's the video I was just talking about, by Julien-Alette. Review 2-cell/3-cell 18650 USB mobile power banks, and that's his channel just there. Lots of good videos, I'd recommend checking that one out. Okay, so I think all there is left to say is thank you very much for watching. And as always, if you've got any comments, just leave them down below, and if you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay, thank you very much.